I think preserving history is important because history is the link between the present and the past. Without recording history and making a point to bring it back up again, it might as well not have even happened.
I'm a moving image archivist, so I deal with film and videotape. So to me, what's important about preserving that material is that if we know where we've been, it helps inform where we are and where we need to go. My name is Hannah Palin. I'm the Film Archive Specialist at the University of Washington Library Special Collections. I'm definitely attracted to the cultural aspect of historical preservation. There's something about that part of it. Although I know that historical records are used in all kinds of ways. I mean, they're used for family history, they're used for scientific research, and all of that is really, it's all super important, but what I really get a kick out of is all of the people parts.
I'm Sarah Freeman. I am a master's student at the University of Washington. I loved stories. I loved stories in books, stories, in magazines, and I'm working on a collection of over 7,000 different materials, all relating to the history of athletics at the University of Washington.
So one of the advantages to preserving all of this historic material is that it makes it available to researchers and to the public, and it gives people an opportunity to do research. But I have a great example of why preserving this material is important. So in 2004, we were given a collection of 53 little reels of 35mm nitrate film. Didn't know what was on them. We ended up sending them to the Library of Congress, who was kind enough to look at them for condition and content. And when they were done, they said, these are newsreel footage, and they're all seem to be local events. And we thought, that seems like something that's pretty interesting and worth taking care of. So we made a documentary about the newsreels and about their connection to Grays Harbor. And as a result, we had this wonderful 30-minute doc. We go back to the 7th Avenue Theater that was restored. We did 2 screenings, and over 1,000 people came. And as we were talking to people, we found out they were saying, well, that was my great-great-grandmother in that film, or that was my aunt, or, oh, I remember that place, that was where such and such happened. And if we hadn't been able to do that, it would have sat in a storage locker and deteriorated and turned into dust.
Archivists like to focus on the idea that these artifacts will tell you more about history than listening to anyone's interpretation. A lot of archivists take pride in the fact that they are making sure that history stays the way that it actually happened.
And I worry that if we don't preserve our history and if we don't pay attention to where we've been, that we lose a big part of who we are and a big part of the richness of what makes us who we are and where we are right at this very moment. And if you let go of that, if you let go of that past, it's gone. Once a document, once a film, once a photograph is deteriorated and destroyed, you cannot get it back.
To me, history is yesterday's life. Everything about being human captured for other humans to learn from.
To me, history is collective memory. And whether that memory exists on a piece of paper or on a reel of film or on a photograph, it's how we perceive the world and how our past shapes where we are and where we're going.